6:03 on Monday morning, April 28th. It's 52 degrees, mostly sunny later, highs in the mid-70s. Good morning, I'm Michelle Basch.
And I'm John Aaron. The top local story we're following this hour is a big one. Washington football left the nation's capital when then-owner Jack Kent Cooke moved the team after the 1996 season to Maryland. But the NFL team is expected to be coming back to D.C. WTOP's Neil Augenstein reports we'll be learning more today about a proposed new stadium being built at the site of the old RFK.
The details will be announced this morning in a joint news conference by D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser and Commanders owner Josh Harris, according to several reports. Any deal would have to be approved by the D.C. Council. Council Chair Phil Mendelson has been opposed to using taxpayer money. Earlier this month, NBC4 reported the Commanders would pay $2.5 billion and develop the entire 180-acre campus to include mixed-use residential and retail development. The district would put up $850 million, which would go toward infrastructure improvements that would benefit the community and not just the stadium. Commanders owner Josh Harris has said he'd want the new stadium to be ready for the 2030 season. Neil Augenstein, WTOP News.
Alexandria police are investigating a triple shooting in Alexandria. It happened last night. One man was critically hurt, while the other two are said to have serious injuries, but they're expected to survive. Alexandria police say the shooting happened near Route 1 and I-395 on Old Dominion Boulevard near Notabene Drive. We will bring you more information on this as we get it.
We're getting more insight into the causes of the deadly crash between an American Airlines flight and an Army helicopter over the Potomac River in January. In a new report, the New York Times details the failures, saying they were far more complex than previously thought. The co-author of the Times report, Kate Kelly, says several factors led to the crash.
The pilot was suggested to make a left turn, which would have taken them probably to safety in the final seconds of the flight, and did not do it. We still don't know exactly why. We also know that not everybody was working with the up-to-date technology that might have kept everyone safe. For instance, the Black Hawk was flying without an important technology called ADS-B out, which provides relatively real-time information to the rest of the flying world.
The NTSB is working on its final report and hopes to release that by early next year.
Pope Francis was laid to rest over the weekend as millions watched his funeral mass at St. Peter's Square on TV. WTOP's Luke Lukert spoke with one local priest who was there to mourn with the Catholic faithful.
It was celebration and gratitude for the life of the Pope. It's a time of sadness. It was a way of praying and also saying goodbye.
That's Father Stephen Vaccaro with Sacred Heart Catholic Church in Winchester. He was one of over 200,000 Catholic faithful that packed into St. Peter's Square for the funeral mass.
And there was probably 2,000 or 3,000 priests from all over the world. Sat there, we prayed. And then the Mass itself was very powerful.
Vaccaro particularly remembers a moment at the end of the funeral Mass after they all received communion.
The pallbearers lifted the casket so that everyone in the church could see the casket. It was like one final goodbye before he went to his burial.
Luke Lukert, WTOP News.
Voters in Virginia are nearing the start of early voting for the June primary. WTOP's Sarah Jacobs has more.
The Virginia primary is set for June 17th, but voters in the Commonwealth can begin in-person early voting as early as this Friday, May 2nd, through Saturday, June 14th. The deadline to apply for a mail-in ballot is Friday, June 6th. If you haven't registered or you need to update your registration, you have until May 27th. Voters will be selecting candidates for the Virginia House of Delegates, Attorney General, and Lieutenant Governor. The candidates for governor are already set: Democrat Abigail Spanberger and Republican Winsome Earl Sears. Learn more about the races and find your polling place with our voting guide at WTOP.com. Sarah Jacobs, WTOP News.
Coming up on WTOP in Money News, what Americans are saying about the impact of Trump tariffs on their bottom line. Traffic and weather in 30 seconds.